felt like I was kind of losing myself. You.
Jeff Hardy is one of the most popular wrestlers of the 21st century, celebrated for his daring stunts and deep connection with fans. However, behind his charismatic presence lies a dark battle with drug and alcohol addiction, a struggle that has overshadowed much of his illustrious career. Jeff's troubles with substances began after he entered the wrestling world. In 1994, at just 17 years old, he debuted in WWE, and 4 years later, he and his brother Matt became staples of the Attitude Era. Growing up in an environment where painkillers, alcohol, and steroids were normalized, Jeff was introduced to drugs at the age of 22. While initially a way to cope with stress and pain, his substance use soon spiraled out of control. By 2003, his drug problems became public. WWE fired him due to unprofessional behavior, drug abuse, and refusal to attend rehab. Jeff moved to TNA but continued to struggle. He missed appearances and performed while visibly intoxicated. After TNA released him, he eventually returned to WWE in 2006, only to fail multiple drug tests under the company's wellness policy. In 2008, tragedy struck when his house burned down, killing his dog. Despite these setbacks, Jeff managed a temporary resurgence, only for his problems to resurface time and again. One of the most infamous incidents of Jeff's career occurred in 2011 during a TNA pay-per-view event. He arrived to wrestle Sting while under the influence, staggering into the ring. The match ended abruptly, and fans were left disappointed and angry. This incident became a wake-up call for Jeff, leading him to seek professional help. For a time, he appeared to turn his life around, even apologizing to his colleagues and trying to live substance-free. In 2017, Jeff and Matt Hardy returned to WWE, thrilling fans with a legendary comeback at WrestleMania 33. Jeff vowed to stay clean, but his past caught up with him. A series of DUIs and erratic behavior in subsequent years once again derailed his career. In 2021, he left a WWE match mid-performance, raising concerns about his sobriety. WWE offered him rehab, which he declined, leading to his release. Jeff later joined AEW, where his struggles persisted. In 2022, he was arrested for another DUI after being caught driving under the influence. The incident led to stricter legal consequences, including a lengthy suspension of his driving privileges. Fans and colleagues remain divided on Jeff's future. Some believe he needs to step away from wrestling to fully recover, while others argue that the wrestling world is his lifeline. Despite numerous attempts at rehabilitation and countless second chances, Jeff has yet to fully defeat his demons. The story of Jeff Hardy is one of immense talent overshadowed by personal struggles. With the Chinese symbols for peace and health tattooed on his arm, one can only hope he finally finds both before it's too late. Jeff Hardy's story is one of extraordinary talent and crippling vulnerability, a cycle of triumph and self-destruction that defines his career and life. His connection with fans is undeniable, a rare charisma that translates effortlessly into loyalty and admiration. Yet, behind the face paint, high-flying moves, and captivating performances, there exists a deeply troubled man battling an enemy that never fully leaves him: addiction. For Jeff, the wrestling world has always been both a sanctuary and a battleground. The physical toll of his daredevil style is a reality that few understand. The bumps and bruises are not mere inconveniences, they are constant companions. Pain becomes the norm, and for Jeff, so does the search for relief. Painkillers offered a quick escape, but they also opened the door to dependency, a trap that he fell into repeatedly. Jeff's early days in WWE were marked by his willingness to take risks that others would not. He became synonymous with ladder matches, Swanton Bombs, and moments that made fans leap from their seats. Yet, the same passion that drove his creativity in the ring also fueled his personal struggles. The adrenaline rush of performing in front of thousands became inseparable from the numbing effect of substances. For Jeff, wrestling was more than a career. It was an outlet, a stage where he could mask his inner demons. When he was first let go by WWE in 2003, it was both a wake-up call and a push deeper into the abyss. At TNA, Jeff found a different environment but carried the same baggage. His unreliability frustrated his peers, yet many also sympathized with his struggles. Wrestling has a way of drawing in those who are searching for something, and for Jeff, it provided a stage to both shine and stumble. The infamous incident with Sting in 2011 remains a dark stain on Jeff's career. To fans, it was shocking. To those who knew him, it was heartbreaking. Sting's professionalism and kindness in that moment are often cited as a testament to his character, but the moment also highlighted the immense risk Jeff posed to himself and others when under the influence. Wrestling demands trust, and that trust was eroded that night. Jeff's ability to bounce back after each setback is both inspiring and troubling. His return to WWE in 2006 was a testament to his resilience, yet his repeated violations of the wellness policy underscored how difficult his battle truly was. Each suspension, each arrest, and each scandal painted a clearer picture of a man fighting a war on multiple fronts, against addiction, against public scrutiny, and perhaps most painfully, against himself. When Jeff's house burned down in 2008, it was another devastating blow. Losing his dog in the fire added an emotional weight that compounded his struggles. While some wrestlers might have used such a tragedy as a catalyst for change, for Jeff it seemed to deepen his reliance on substances as a coping mechanism. WWE's decision to incorporate elements of his personal life into storylines, such as CM Punk's scathing promos about Jeff's issues, blurred the lines between fiction and reality. While Jeff maintained that he was fine with the approach, it's hard to ignore the toll such public exposure likely took on him. The period between 2011 and 2015 marked one of Jeff's longest stretches of relative stability, but even then, cracks appeared. His 2015 injury sidelined him, and without the structure of wrestling, he quickly fell back into old habits. This pattern, brief periods of stability followed by relapse, has defined Jeff's adult life. The birth of his children brought moments of clarity and determination, yet the pull of addiction often proved stronger. Jeff's return to WWE in 2017 was another chance to start fresh, but the years that followed were marred by more incidents. His DUIs and public intoxication arrests painted a picture of a man spiraling despite his best intentions. The disappointment from fans and colleagues was palpable, yet many still held out hope. Jeff Hardy is one of those rare figures in wrestling whose failures do not alienate his fans. Instead, they deepen the bond. People see his humanity, his vulnerability, and they root for him to overcome it all. The December 2021 incident, where Jeff appeared intoxicated during a match and then abruptly left the arena, was a stark reminder of how precarious his situation was. WWE's offer to send him to rehab was well-intentioned, but Jeff's refusal marked another turning point. The decision to release him wasn't just a business move, it was an acknowledgement that Jeff needed to take responsibility for his actions in a way that the company could no longer facilitate. His transition to AEW was met with optimism. Fans hoped that working alongside his brother Matt in a less grueling schedule might provide the stability Jeff needed. For a brief moment, it seemed like things might be different, but the cycle repeated. The 2022 DUI arrest, with its dramatic footage of police drawing their guns, felt like a culmination of years of unresolved issues. It wasn't just about Jeff anymore. His actions were endangering others, a reality that even his most loyal supporters couldn't ignore. Addiction is a complex, deeply personal battle. For Jeff Hardy, it's intertwined with his identity as a performer, a father, and a person. Wrestling is both his greatest passion and his greatest challenge. It provides structure and purpose, but also exposes him to the physical and emotional pain that fuels his addiction. Walking away from the ring might seem like the logical solution, but for Jeff, it would mean losing a part of himself. As fans, it's easy to cheer for his comebacks and lament his relapses, but the truth is far more complicated. Addiction doesn't follow a linear path, and recovery is rarely a one-time event. Jeff's tattoos for peace and health are a hopeful symbol, but they also serve as a reminder of what he continues to seek. Today, Jeff Hardy stands at yet another crossroads. The choices he makes now will shape not only his future, but also how he is remembered. Will he be the cautionary tale of a talent squandered, or the story of a man who finally conquered his demons? The answer lies within Jeff himself, a man who has always defied the odds, for better or worse. For those who have followed his journey, the hope remains that he finds the peace and health he so desperately seeks. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update.